Today I'm going to teach you how to make Tom Brown that diabetics can take, people with immunocompromised body system can take, like HIV patients. Babies can take it, even from 6 months they can take it. Old people, young people can take it. It is very rich. This is not your normal Tom Brown recipe. And the good thing is you can sell it. You can package it and sell it. You can take it as a main dish. Let's say you don't feel like eating, but you take that Tom Brown for the whole day. You will be able to stay without eating anything and you not feel very hungry because it is very rich. Let's dive in and see, because I'll be dropping the complete recipe. First thing you need to do is to go to the market and select premium quality grains. You're going to look for good grains and cereals. So here you can see me pouring out my pearl millet. Okay, this is called doro in Hausa. Pearl millet has a very low glycemic index, so therefore is good for diabetics. Okay, so I'm using all in all about 3 measures of my pearl millets. Pearl millets also don't have much gluten. Okay, so people that are intolerant to that, it will not affect them. So next that we are going to add here is our white guinea corn. They call this dawa in Hausa. Okay, so this also has some pearl millet in it. So this together with the other one gave us our 3 measures of pearl millet and then 2 measures of white guinea corn. Okay, so here you can see me pouring in wheat, what they call ALKAMA in Hausa, just a measure. ALKAMA too is very good for diabetics. So far everything I'm adding here is good for diabetics. Then this is our TAMBA. They call it finger millet. I'm also using 2 measures. This finger millet is very good also for diabetics. And this is our tiger nuts, which they call aya in Hausa. I'm using 2 measures. Don't worry about the dust. We are going to wash everything out. Okay, pearl, this tiger nuts will make it milky and sweet on its own without you having to add extra sweetness in case you want to avoid sugar. So now this is our local rice, our unprocessed local rice, the type they use for making swallow here in the north, the one that has not been over processed. Okay, that's why you can see looking white. Okay, we are still adding more of our unprocessed rice. All in all, we used about 4 measures. Here's our soya beans. Now one good thing is that I do not remove the back of the soya beans, as you can see it. All I did was roast it lightly. Then I now winnowed it to remove any dust or any dirt in it. I did not remove the back. The back has its own nutritional properties. Other things we added are our dried pepper, dried sweet potato, about 3 wraps. At times I use up to 6 wraps. Rice, malted rice, I use a lot of that. Here I have just about 3 or thereabout, but I use a lot of it. At times I use as much as 10. By the time you finish making this Tom Brown, wallah, you will not need sugar. You can see how the malted rice look. Then another thing I didn't show you was our ACHA. They call it FONIO in English. ACHA is very good also, very nutritious, very proteinous. Okay, so why I didn't add it is because it will be difficult for me to wash it if I join it with the other one. So I washed it separate, I washed the other one separate. Then this is our groundnut. I didn't put much groundnuts because if I use too much, my Tom Brown will not come out of the engine. So I'm using only about a measure or so, but you can use more. So but if you have an engine that can grind it for you to be very smooth, you can add more groundnuts, even up to 2 measures. So now I'm pouring in my soya beans inside. Remember our soya beans I told you is 4 measures. Okay, roasted. It's good if you roasted it to give it a nice flavor, so that you not be smelling that raw soya beans taste like that. No, if you roast it, it will give it a nice flavor. So you can see me pouring everything into my container, ready to go and grind. There's something I added here that I didn't mention. I added what do they call this? Mazan oila. they call it molasses. I added molasses into this. Okay, so that one I added it when I went to the engine. If I buy that molasses and bring home, before I take it to the engine, they will finish eating it, because even before I grinded this thing, this cereal you are seeing, they were removing the aya one by one from inside the grain and were eating. The groundnut, they were removing them and eating. So some of the things, when I get to the engine, that's when I buy them and I grind and I put, or I put them last minute when I'm about to go and grind. Okay, so what you saw us doing was we're adding our dried sweet potato, adding our malted rice. Now I'm adding my pepper. The pepper is good to give it that yaji, that cocoa taste. That cocoa taste and feeling. For those of us that stay in the north, that used to take cocoa to give you that, to give you that kind of feeling. Okay, so this is us cleaning out the pepper, removing the top of the head. What am I even saying? Whether the top of the head, I be the dried stalk before going to grind it. Okay, here is our dried sweet potato. This dried sweet potato will make our Tom Brown not become too pap, not too, it will not be too thick like pap. It will be runny, but it will be like pap, but it will be a little bit runny. We used to call it cut. It will cut, okay, so that the thing will not be stiff. You know the way pap or custard looks, it will look like kunu. So that's the work of the sweet potato. And apart from that, the sweet potato will still add sweetness to it. My dear, by the time we are done with this Tom Brown, if you take this Tom Brown in the morning and you go to work, you come back home, you'll not be hungry. So these are our cloves. We added cloves inside also. You don't put too much cloves. If you put too much cloves, it will make it somehow bitter. It will give you the taste that is too strong, you might not like. But you can add more than what I added. I added just 2 wraps. You can add more than 2 wraps of your cloves. And of course, if you want, you can add alligator pepper. You can customize this to suit you. This here that I'm giving, this recipe I'm giving you here is like a superfood. If you have children, even if you don't have money to buy meat, even if you don't have money to eat a balanced diet, but so far as you can make this Tom Brown like this, your children will not have red hair. You know, the way malnourished children look, that they'll be having this yellow hair, you cannot find it. So this is our ginger. For ginger, I use 3 wraps of ginger. Okay, you can add more if you wish. You can also see my dried dates, that's the bino. As I told you, some of the ingredients I put them last when I'm about to go and grind. So this is my daughter here, she's sieving it. She's the one that's going to make this for us. So she sieved it, but I help her do this. This is optional, you don't have to do it this way, but I like these lumps inside my Tom Brown. These lumps are what makes it stay longer in the stomach. By the time you add these lumps more, it will be as if you're taking frado. For those of us that like it, it will be as if you're taking frado. So I put it inside 3, because if this thing is hot, you will wait it to not cool down, and if it burn you, you will not like it. So I used to put my own inside 3. Add milk. You don't need to add sugar. You don't need to add sugar. Mix it, and man, when you take this thing, you will sleep and you will see visions. You will dream dreams. You will dream dreams. You enjoy yourself. So this is just it, but you can serve it the way you want. If you want to add sugar, you want to add Milo, you want to add more milk, even raw milk you can use. You want to take it plain like that so that you feel the real taste of the ingredients, you can. So I hope you can see this, and you can see this recipe is different and it is very rich. There's no how you not like this. Thanks for watching.